Welcome to the chaos.
First
that was
try.
a good one.
That was.
Usually we don't get it.
I think pop my shoulder
Oh,
up.
I stood right in front of that camera. Do you want to do it again?
No, Sophia.
I turned around to watch you guys do it.
Leave it in.
Leave it in.
Leave it in.
What up, everybody, and welcome back to the Chaos. I'm your host, Mikey Tableman, alongside.
Danny J. Gomez.
I really like it every time when you do like a different, when you just say it regularly, it's cool, but every time you add the flair to it, it just gives me a little chubby.
I stole that from Dax because he always like calls Monica Padman, Manica something. He's I don't know what I'm saying. He mixes it up. So I stole that from him.
On the show today, we have producer, writer, actor, director. This woman does everything. She has multiple businesses, a holistic medicine. Holistic medicine. She does. There's too much to even name.
The amazing singer, right?
There's a show going on Broadway.
What?
A full foundation.
Full foundation.
We can just keep going. The amazing, the lovely, one of my best friends in the entire world, and I'm beyond grateful that she is here and her as a person. Shea Carter.
Oh, thank you for having me. I couldn't love either of you more. And we know each other from totally different walks of life, too.
A lot of different walks of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we all work together, right? Is that where we first met?
Yeah.
I know we first
At
met.
totally different times.
Okay, yes. Yes.
Well, we worked together at a music venue called Sayers Club that my band ended up having a residency at after Mikey Tableman worked there.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And you were like one of my favorite people. You just like joy and like I loved you so much. So I always knew that we would stay in each other's lives, and it's just been fun watching all of the things that you've gone off to do. But that was like my first job where it started to mix working in nightlife and being able to mix in my music, which was fantastic because you're a certain level of performer until you start watching acts every single night, multiple acts, and starting to notice when really good bands lose their audience, when kind of shitty bands keep an audience engaged the whole time. So it was a really great like learning opportunity for me to understand like how to produce a show, when songs should come in, how to get quiet and get an audience to be engaged. And like Sayers was a really important part.
Sayers was really, we saw so many incredible acts there. Like,
That was I didn't work when you guys worked, but that was my favorite place to work.
I saw Prince one time. He had
Yes.
I mean, you could Google that. He was there, and like I was bartending, and everybody got quiet, and you just hear this bass being slapped hardcore, and like I couldn't see, so I got on the bar, and there's Prince,
Yeah.
just slapping away, just going to town. And I think I heard that he had to get carried, like his security carried him back to his table, like a baby.
That doesn't shock me.
I remember seeing him, but I missed the carrying.
Yeah, I heard that. It could be.
I remember being there one time and Steven Tyler just hopped up on stage.
Yeah, I mean, Pharrell, I saw everybody. And then my favorite parts, though, are where the labels would come in and showcase new artists to other labels. And like, that was insane.
Yeah.
Because we would see people that no one had heard of yet that were just about to blow up, like doing something that they just wrote, which is like high intensity, a lot of energy around that like new project. It was so
LP.
LP.
Dude, she is
Got her start.
incredible.
Mhm.
My God. So happy we got to see them like when they were babies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, rise up.
It's always cool to like look back on that part of life and just reminisce. And like the one thing Shea always does for me is I like to complain a lot about sometimes my jobs and some of the things that I've done. But she'll always be like, "Do you realize what you've got to done? What your opportunities you have?" And I'm like, "Yes, Shea." And she'll completely like bash it into me. But like, it's 100% right. Most people don't get to live and experience a third of the things an eighth of the things that we've experienced throughout our lives. Like just people are like, "Wait, you saw Prince? Really?" It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
In a venue that held like 300 people.
And
It's
we
like-
got paid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, David Foster Wallace has this like talk that he did for like some graduation, and it's beautiful. And in it, he tells the story about these two fish and they're swimming, and this old fish comes by and he goes, "How's the water today?" And the little fish look at each other and they go, "What's water?" When something is so normal, we take it for granted. We go, "What's water?" What's water? Prince is right there in
Yeah.
a 300-seat theater. I watched Stevie Wonder sing Happy Birthday to his daughter. Like, these are like life-changing moments that people would like kill to be at, but because it's water to us and it's normal, it's really easy to be like, "Ugh, I have to work another shift. I'm so tired. It's exhausting." You know?
Right.
We like find the way to be negative. And I think the generation we all grew up in, it was the way everyone bonded. It was like cheesy to bond over something positive. So we bonded over like, "This sucks, that's lame," you know?
Yes.
And it kept that like perpetuating.
I mean, we worked in a party.
Yes.
I got paid a lot. I mean, still do. Shea will still come and work random festivals here and there, very, very slowly. Bro, it's funny though, because we'll all be there setting up and she'll be sitting reading a book.
Yeah.
Always.
Like the music's bumping loud as can be. But then she also told me, she's like, well, I also just do that because nobody bothers you when you read a book. So then I don't actually have to set up because everyone just thinks I'm reading a book. I'm like, huh.
Also, do you know what
to know.
kind of like mind acrobatics it is? I feel like I've done so much mind training. If you can read a book whilst like a DJ is like jamming, you can read a book anywhere.
That's
like
incredible.
you cannot break my focus. I am literally in my book. It's really cool.
And just read the book.
I was always envious, like, of seeing, you know, even after a shift, someone sitting there reading a book and just so relaxed. And I mean, everybody else is normally drunk and like doing.
I was gonna say it's hard to read when you're wasted.
right.
It's not an easy thing.
That's incredible. You know, since we're getting you in season 2, it'd be fun to kind of mix season 1 and season 2, because in season 1 we are. I guess the tone of it was what it was like working in these venues and like fun stories, and then we would get into how it affected us.
Yeah.
And then season 2 is more about like how we grew from it, right? So I guess it's gonna be like a combination.
Because yeah, we haven't had somebody on that's worked in like nightlife with us.
Exactly.
And like, because Shea's not your normal human being by any means. So because most people who come out of nightlife, like so many people get stuck in it.
Yeah.
But I mean, she has a play going on Broadway that she's written incredible music for. She has a foundation helping women all over the world. It has so many courses, series. Like she's built these incredible things that most people don't do. So it's like, yeah, just I think that'd be really cool to just show the growth aspect and how she went from A to B and how, you know, you can do that.
Yes. One of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Oh.
I do miss those times where I'd take you home after work and we'd have little conversations, and
Yeah.
those are always like the like most memorable stuff. Like even all the crazy celebrities that we ran into and all the fun times. I remember like those times I used to take Shea home and we'd have like a deep
Really
conversation. You know,
That's the thing is I think a lot of people think this world is vapid, and I have met so many deep, wonderful people because there's a lot of time to stand around and actually talk.
Yeah.
And we would spend so many nights like for hours just with each other. And so we got really close and we got really deep. And I think coming to a city like Los Angeles and all having a dream and trying to do that dream and still pay your bills, it like puts you in a really humble place to then be able to get deep if you're willing to. And we always had that. And that was really cool. And I think that I've always been interested in people and I love people. And I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to work in nightlife because it isn't really my personality, but it opened me up to a world I would have been closed off to and judgmental of.
Yeah.
I'm not judgmental of that because some of my best favorite friends are like, have the biggest boobs you've ever seen in a corset. And I'm like, she's a genius, you know? It's like, that's awesome. And so many other people are like dumb slut. You know, it's like we can compartmentalize people and limit people. And thank God I worked in nightlife because I don't do that.
Yeah, because like you said, there's a stigma that like you see a girl where it's like, oh, you must be this gold digging girl with all these things. And it's like, yo, they're here doing this to pay off medical school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like
They're pursuing their acting career, their singing career, they're
Whatever
writing a
it
book.
is.
Like they're
And
not
it's
just
like-
what they look like on the surface.
yeah, and it's like, yo, we make so much money.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you do it? But like, there is such a stigma that surrounds it, especially when it comes to women in the industry. Like, it's a heavily male dominated industry. It's okay for us to be doing it, and it's like, all right, you know, you do as long as you're moving up the ranks. But it's like if you're a female doing it, they give you such a hard time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it really helped me too because I was able to fund my projects. I was able to like have a little bit of money to actually put toward recording, have a little bit of money to actually put toward my art, to actually learn how to do things. You can't do that if you're broke in LA.
I mean, it pays for
can't.
all of this.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm super grateful for it. And then we had our days free.
Yeah.
We had our days free in Southern California. Like, get out.
Now we get to do it where like we travel places and just do it for like, instead of every Monday to every Friday, Saturday, Sunday for months on end, we just do it one weekend.
Yeah.
And then like, I'll see you in 2 months.
Mikey Tableman has saved my life with this, by the way. When I moved to New York City and I didn't know what I was going to do, it was like I had just gotten this opportunity to write this album alongside Laura Bell Bundy. And it was a big theatrical album, and I'd never done anything like this before. So the whole time I'm like, they're going to fire me, they're going to fire me, they're going to fire me. And I had no money. And Mikey was like, come and work these festivals. And I was like, really? Thank you so much. So I would fly, I would make just enough to scrape by so I could spend all of my time learning how to write this crazy intense music for an orchestra. And it was awesome. And it freed me. And it gave me this really unique moment in time and opportunity to like express. And now it's like turned into so many different things. So I love you. I'm like forever grateful.
I love you so much. But it was funny because like when I first met her, that's when I was still being a degenerate. So she was like, I don't know about him. And then, but now we're like we're so tight.
Yeah.
I just visited her in Nashville and like we didn't even go out anywhere. We just like, literally stayed in her house, drank coffee, talked, and watched South
That's
Park.
amazing.
For
really
for 4 days. That's all we did.
Yeah, that's real friendship.
Yeah,
That's what
for
that
sure.
is.
Like you don't have to do anything.
So I want to get into how you started this big orchestra thing, because I knew you were an artist and you
Yeah.
were a singer. And
Well, do you want to start with Woman of Tomorrow? Because that's kind of how everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. So, gosh, man, my life is such an interesting surrender experiment. I was in bands that you knew, and we were like electronic alternative, and I was like always trying to learn and always trying to grow, and I would do different projects with different men, and I had the whole situation where like guys would be inappropriate and hit on me, and my manager would send me inappropriate text after a meeting, like your body, that dress, like horrible. And so I was like, you know what? I don't want to make music anymore. This is going to make me hate music. So I was like going to walk away and quit. And right before I quit, I have this girlfriend who's so incredibly talented, and she was like the person I'd wanted to be as a little girl. She's been on Broadway. I think she was like 7. She originated like Elle Woods and Legally Blonde and Amber and Hairspray, and she's a beast, and she's so talented and so kind. And she was like, I just finished doing the show at Town Hall where we did all of these different jazz covers, and we called it Double Standards, and they were like jazz standards all about like women's inequality. And it was like they raised $100,000 for Planned Parenthood. It was, Ingrid Michaelson was in it, and Sarah Bareilles, all these awesome people. And she's like, I feel so inspired, and I want to write an original album about all these different issues that women are facing. And we talk about this stuff all the time, like write it with me. And I was like, oh no, she's going to think I suck. I can't write with her. She's going to, and then she won't want to be my friend. And I think she's so cool. So I told her no. And she hounded me like a creditor. And she kept coming to my house, and I was going through a breakup, and I was like, girl, I cannot do this with you. So she forced me, and we wrote a song in an hour, and we had such chemistry. And I thought, oh, I could never recreate that. That was just like, thank you, God, so much for doing me a solid. This was a fluke. I get one song on the album. Great. And so she comes back at me 2 days later and was like, that was so easy. We have such chemistry. Write another one. I'm like, I cannot write another song. At this point, I decided to move to New York with no job, no nothing, just because I needed to get away from my like ex. And she comes in my house. She sits down on the couch. She refuses to leave. We write another song.
damn.
And I fly to New York. We're also working with our third composer, Jeremy Edelman, who's amazing. And I land in New York, and she's like, write the whole album with me. You can do it. And I was like, I can't. I don't know how to write this kind of music. This is a fluke. Trust me, you're going to fire me. And she believed in me. And if you have one person in the world that believes in you, that doesn't want to have sex with you, you can do anything. I totally believe in it.
So free.
If they want to have sex with you, you're always a little like, do you believe in me?
Mhm.
But when they don't, then you know.
We're not going anywhere, bro. Sorry. Damn it.
So yeah, we wrote this whole album.
Give it a good one.
And I'm so proud of it. And I got to sing about issues I really give a shit about. Like we have a song on there that's about how freaking hard it is to be an American girl. And one of the lines was, too young for the bar, so I went to the bank. Got a loan for college, where all I did was drink. Working so hard to repay Sally Mae. Gonna have to freeze my eggs if I want kids someday. Like these are issues I'm worried about.
Wow.
And I don't want to just sing another fake love song or like wait for my husband to come and to have beautiful children. No, I want to sing about the that's hard for me right now, and the that's hard for my friends too.
She sang that at my first event, and every girl went wild. It was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. So it was.
Not there?
Yes, you were.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you went wild. Obviously, it made an
I
impact
didn't.
on you.
I think I had just missed. No, I did. I had just missed you.
We're gonna go with that.
Now you're lying. I'm calling you out because you were there for her too.
What? That?
Yeah.
Oh, but was it the part where I had to go like around the back to like go up the lift? It took like, anyways.
Blame it on the wheelchair.
I'm
Did we just
pulling the
do that?
card. Shit was not. I had to get carried
We did have to carry you up the
like
stairs.
Prince.
That's true. It was Skybar, which is
It
ridiculous.
was Skybar, exactly.
Mhm.
See, I remember that.
Like Prince. I love this rumor about Prince. Prince only gets carried.
Yes.
So the album has just had a whole life of its own, and we were really excited to tour it, and then COVID hit, and the Broadway Podcast Network asked us if we would do a podcast where we did a deep dive into each song and the issue women are facing. And we learned all of this women's history so we could do the podcast, and realized we didn't know jack about women's history. And when you don't know the history, like, you really don't know what you're fighting for. And a lot of the issues we're facing right now is we just have no access to information. And we haven't taught people how to think critically. So we're all sitting here open to be manipulated and told that we should be at odds with men. And like, I'm sitting here with two men that I know would fight harder for me than so many women I know. You know, like, you guys are both such female advocates, and you're some of my best friends. So we should be in this like drive toward inequality altogether. There should be a room for men in this women's movement. And we feel very passionately about that. So anyway, the podcast did really well, and the album did really well, and now it has progressed and it is becoming a musical. And so this musical is about a museum set in the future, and we're going to teach women's history through song, and it's funny and it's ironic and it's interesting, and most importantly, it's informative. And the only reason I have the opportunity to write something like this, to sit in this chair, to be interviewed by you guys, is because there's all of these women that like fought hard for that. Yeah. There's all of these women that were never going to see these gifts and these freedoms, that will never know that it existed for me, but they fought for me. And I have a responsibility to do that too. And so I think it's easy to take for granted what we have right now and not know how far we've come. And so, like, if I could bore you for 1 second, because I think sometimes everything is so speculative and we talk about our feelings about something, we don't talk about like the actual issue. And so there's the laws of coverture, and the laws of coverture is how we started this country and like what women were in this country. And I just want you guys to like know what they are. So 1, legal identity merged upon marriage. So a woman's legal identity was subsumed under her husband. So she couldn't own property, she couldn't enter contracts, and she couldn't earn a salary independently. Then property ownership. Any property a woman owned before marriage, as well as any income or property acquired during the marriage, automatically became her husband's property. And then married women had no legal standing to their own kids. When married women were dependent on their husband for financial support and responsibility for debts and legal obligations. So we literally weren't, all men are created equal did not include us. And to be honest, it still doesn't.
Oh, yeah. It's so crazy that we're still, when was this?
This is like early colonization.
Yeah.
And like,
and we're trying to go back to that.
Yeah, we tried to pass the Equal Rights Amendment, and the Equal Rights Amendment is so short. It literally says you just can't discriminate on the basis of sex. Who would disagree with that? No one. And yet it didn't pass. It didn't pass.
Some people do.
But such a small population, most people don't. They just don't know how, they don't have access to this information, so they don't know what they should be fighting for.
Right.
So that's like a big part of my thing is I want to give people access to information so they can fight for their own rights. And it's better for men and women if we have equality. So,
and that's what's so important about the arts. A lot of people learn from the arts.
Yeah.
They don't like to watch political YouTube channels or news. And we consume a lot of TV and in media. And that's where something in, like educational like that, like the play that I did, there was 2 disabled leads, first ever on a theater and on stage.
Really?
And it was just like a romantic comedy about 2 people fall in love and their families fight. But inside of it, hidden in there was a lot of teachable moments. And my co-star hates when I would say education. But every time someone would see the play at the end, they're like, I learned so much about disability.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And you do it in an entertaining way, it really, I think it resonates more and it sits more with people and they actually learn something.
Totally. That's like a big part of us is like, if we can make it funny and we can make those songs so catchy, then you're going to want to learn.
Yes.
If you just push it down someone's throat, they don't want to learn. I learned recently this interesting thing where I thought, this is so ignorant, but I thought when you were blind, you just saw like blackness. I didn't know that most blind people see through like a pinhole, hence like some movement of like trying to make sense of the little bit of visibility they have. And I'm like, how true is that of us? We only see through a pinhole, but we don't realize it's a pinhole until we see a little bit wider. Like, I don't know your experience until I see a show like the show you did, or I sit and I talk to you.
Yeah.
And then my vantage point gets a little bigger. And then the more you do that, you start to see more of the world and you start to see and learn more of yourself.
Right.
And so then everybody is freaking lovely. Once our vision gets bigger, we realize that not only is the world so much more, but we're so much more in it. We're a part of everything. It's like a very freeing experience.
Man, this is loving this conversation.
Every time I talk, like me and Shea will hop on a phone call once a week, and it ends up being like an hour conversation because they're just like, keep going. Yes, tell me more. Tell me more. But look, I've learned like, I think the cool thing is like, you know, if we're talking, she's talking about from a woman's vantage point, but she's such a spiritual human being too. So like, she has her namaste, which is where she does a lot of yoga and breath work and sound baths. And there's a whole thing of like really deeply, you know, looking in yourself deeply. So we can really go down that rabbit hole. And I've learned so much from her, and like talking the same thing. The more you learn about yourself, the greater of a view of the world you get to have too, because you realize a lot of the things that you're projecting out there are from some sort of internal trauma that you're dealing with, that you grow with.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a continued process of just trying to become a better human being.
See, so that being said, like, is this something that you've always just been into, bettering yourself as a human, or you're just curious about the world? And
yeah, I'm so interested. And I realized that, like, what a gift to be interested. I think some people just don't really care, and I want to know. And
Yeah.
so I think that is like a real driving force. And I get so excited about stuff. So it feels, people talk to me like, you do a lot of shit. And I'm like, yes, but it all is connected to me. So even in the show that we're producing right now, I'm going to use sound healing elements because it's so emotional. We're a vibration. We are. If I looked at you under a microscope, this isn't woo-woo. I would see bouncing particles. Like, it's physics. And so if I'm playing music and I'm playing big vibrational energy, I can shift your mood. I can affect you. And if I can open you up and then deliver information to you when you're open, oh my gosh, that information will stay with you forever. So it's so fun to intermix all of this stuff. And for me, all of the wellness has just made me a better artist, because if I can understand myself, we're all one thing. The more I understand myself, the more I understand everything. And the more humbled I am that there's so much I don't know, and there's so much I can't know. And so then when I learn something new, I don't just go, okay, and now I know everything and I'm Shea and I'm all knowing. I'm like, this just opened up a whole bunch of doors to stuff even more stuff I don't know. And like, that's exciting to me.
I love that, because I get interested about things too, but sometimes you get scared about like jumping in and just trying to learn something. You know what I mean? But
It's like, what do you got to lose though?
I know.
Oh, there's this really good Confucius quote, and it says, every man has two lives. The second one starts when he realizes he only has one. And there's this idea that one day I'll be the kind of person that wants to know these things. One day I'll be the kind of person that's able to handle my parents dying. And the truth is, you're always going to be you. And so you might as well do those things now in this one little life that you have at this moment in time. And I use that to push off of all the time, especially when I'm scared.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be scared. Like, there's this guy, and he wrote the Lion Tracker's Guide to Life. And he tells a story about when you see a lioness and you're in the bush and you get too close. The first thing she's going to do is lower her head and wag her tail and growl at you, and then run full speed at you. And if you run or you fall over, she's going to attack you. So you have to look her in the eye and not break it. And she's going to back off right before she gets to you. And when her energy drops, you get big and you let her know, I'm also dangerous. And you start communicating with nature, and then you back up and she'll back up. And I was like, I have spent so much time worried about all the things I want in my life, but not who I want to be. And I want to be the kind of person that looks at the lion in the face, looks at the scary thing in the face and goes, I got this. I can do this. And I can handle the disappointment if it's not supposed to be mine. So
Can I set up a Zoom session? Are you available? Do you have any time slots?
I'm just not casual. That's the one thing I'm not. I'm a lot of things, but I just
But like,
kind of
she's done that though. Like, she picked up and moved to New York, jumped into a whole Broadway play, picked up and moved to Nashville. Like, every time she's like, I'm moving, there was never anything. It was just like, something's just calling me. I'm there. I got to try this. Cool. Good for you.
You know, the thing about being scared too, that they say that the scariest things are the most rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you do become, when you face it, like that's what I found. you know, especially after this, I had to I had to become bigger in the face of it, you know, fear. And every time it just moves you up a level. It's kind of like a video game. You're just leveling up every time. You know what I mean?
I have such a soft spot for you that I could cry. But I was with you the night before your accident.
Please share.
I will cry.
Was I sad? Because I was very sad at those times. Yeah.
And you had lost your best friend, Eric.
Yeah.
And we were talking about getting you out of the house and like doing something fun. And you were going to go on that like bike ride. And we talked about it, and like, you are the danciest person I ever met. You were such a good dancer, and I'm sure you still are. And it was so fun to dance with you. And that's where I would see you have joy, but you were like not in a good place. And it stinks because you're so sparkly and lovely. Oh. And to watch in this adversity and this thing that was so horrible, for you to like rise like this phoenix and do really hard things with a lot of bravery and look your life in the face and be like, I'm dangerous too, and I got this. And I just, I've just been clapping so hard and standing and cheering so loud for you.
Thank you so much. It's so great. It's so random too to hear that story, because yesterday I was scrolling through my Google Photos and I was looking at the days before the photos, and I was just I was like, that's the last time I stood up. Yeah. Like I took a selfie of myself in my mirror in my apartment complex, and I was like, that's the last time I ever stood up right there, or a picture that I took. Mm-hmm. So like to hear those stories is like, because I was in such a bad place mentally, depressed, and I wasn't even dancing that much. Like I had to be drunk to like enjoy myself, and I do miss that, like the dancing, because I was good with my feet.
Gosh. But the writing and your personality and the ways that you needed to express yourself weren't available to you because you had convinced yourself of this like depression and this heaviness. And it's ironic, but also so beautiful that in the adversity, you found it again, and you found you, and you are so sparkly, and you are 100% back, and you're doing so many things.
You know what's a crazy story? Before, like I got home from work one night, this is before the accident. It was like 2 weeks before I got home from work, and I was drunk probably. And I remember going to sleep and I was crying, I started praying. I'm like, God, this isn't like, what is going on with my life? Like, this isn't what I ever imagined or pictured me doing. I'm like, why? I'm like, I need a sign. Like, I need to change. I know I need to change something. Like, please give me a sign. And then 2 weeks later, this happened. And my first thought was like, this isn't what I was talking about.
I take it back.
Yeah. But then it just, everything works. You can't plan your path, and I needed this because it veered me off the path, and it made me like, hey, figure your shit out, climb this mountain. And
it was a new path.
Yeah. And in that, I refound that person you were talking about. Mm-hmm. And I'm still like working on it. Mm-hmm. But yes, I am slowly getting back to that person of who I was. Yeah. And then I've done more in the last 7 years than I did my entire life up to that point. Mm-hmm. And you just never know when your blessing is going to come. And that's what it was. It was a blessing in disguise.
Or what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
And I think we get really fixated on it's going to look like this. And from your vantage point right now, you know less. So anything that you want from right now, you know less. The person 10 years from now is going to look back at this person and go, don't give them what they want. They don't know anything.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
Life would look very, very... We've talked about this. Like, if one of us would have blown up in the acting world or anything in a much younger age, we would have nosedived.
Yeah, it would have been a true Hollywood story.
Yes.
That's it.
It would have never... I couldn't handle any of the stuff I've went through the last 10 years and where I was at. Like,
it's like giving a 15-year-old keys to a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We talk about it. We were messes.
Yeah.
Complete messes.
It's amazing the way the universe works. Like, you're not ready, bro. Yeah. Slow down. I'm going to take away parts, like for me, I'm going to take away half your body. You need to figure your shit out and slow down. And
I remember you went to your first, like, I don't know what it was called, but it was like a bunch of different activities with other people who were in wheelchairs, and it was like golf and like basketball, and you freaking dominated.
Yeah.
And you were like, that was the first like little sparkle I saw of you. And in those early days, I remember like going to your house and like seeing you have to outfit your life to this new happening, you know, and talking to me really honestly about being afraid in the wheelchair. Like, I'm not strong enough to get myself back in. So if I go out of my house and someone pushes me over, I'm now like vulnerable to that. And it's like, that's so many things to like get through and then mentally get strong, emotionally get strong, physically get strong. And when it's happening to you, I wonder if you, because you know, you had to do it and you did do it. But I just wanted to share like what I saw from the outside. Like, that was so gnarly and so challenging, and you just like did it.
Yeah.
And I watched you do it.
That
and
event
it was amazing.
changed my life. It changed everything about me being in a wheelchair.
Yeah. And I'm sorry to like keep bringing it up, but I just love you and I'm so proud of you. And
I really appreciate that. No, that it was, and thank you for being there at those times.
Yeah.
You know, like so much happened. Like I forgot about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was just, life was a blur.
Yeah.
I was literally like relearning how to be a person.
Yeah.
Just live in the situation.
You gotta refine yourself.
And I think Mikey and I have like, you know, I didn't lose my legs, but I think you and I have also had those big moments in life where I had to like start over and learn a lot of things about myself and be really honest with myself about stuff that's hard and cringy and embarrassing. And when you start doing self-investigating and you start observing things about yourself, it's painful.
Yeah.
But we're some of the lucky ones that get to see these things and then have the choice to like find a new road and a new path and get off the ones that like are not serving us.
And it's never too late. Like, I mean, like we're talking about your path. You can't, like, you'll have a path in your head. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Universe is going to be like, no, you got to take this left. Come back, you know. But it's so amazing that you were, you know, I always knew that you were going to be amazing. Like, you were amazing when I met you. And it's just, it's so, we haven't caught up in so long. Like, it's so great to hear all the stuff that you're doing now.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see the Broadway show.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, so what else?
Well, when is that? What's the timeline I'm looking on that?
Oh God, these things take forever. But it's been really cool because I knew nothing about this world. And so there's something really freeing about being a novice because I get to ask all the dumb questions. Like, how does that work? What are we doing? Why is that done this way?
Yeah.
And so I'm working with a team that is so loving and accepting of like letting me learn and taking my ideas and realizing that because I don't know, I kind of have a fresh perspective. So instead of hiring one book writer for the show, which is normal and standard, I was like, well, we're writing a show about women's history. I want a bunch of women's perspectives. I don't want one woman writing on behalf of all women. I want different ages, races, socioeconomic backgrounds. I want these characters to be alive with like truth. And so we're the first show to do a writer's room. So we have 4 writers plus, you know, me and Laura and Kristen Hangy. And this is a lot of depth to be able to give to a show. And that's never been done before. And that's because I didn't know anything about it.
Wow.
And so now we're in the mad dash to write the show in a year and then do a reading with a live orchestra and invite Broadway theaters. And it's exciting. And I'm really lucky because I'm working with incredibly talented people with like amazing resumes. And I feel very honored to be a part of it. And also for the first time, very worthy. Because at first I was like, gosh, are they still going to want me? I don't know how to do any of this stuff. But I really know that this is divine and I should be doing this. And this opportunity has come to me for a reason. And I want to be of service. And this show is about being of service. It's about giving people access to information in a way that's new and fun and accessible. So
can't we?
Isn't that imposter syndrome crazy though? Because like we're all very successful in our own rights, right? But I've talked to you about this. There's plenty of times where I'm like, can I really like how I'm crazy? Do I really think I can pull off what I'm trying to pull off here? Like, and you have to like really bring yourself back together. It's like, no, I can. And luckily we have a friend like this that I can call. She's like, shut up. Yes, you can. It's like, all right, I got it.
That's why we need community because I'm not always going to have this confidence. And sometimes I need someone to look at me and remind me who I am. And like, those are your friends in that. And we need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. People you can be vulnerable with and be like very honest and raw, and like I've definitely cried in front of you on different
Yes.
occasions. Like, yo, I'm really struggling with this. Like,
And when I'm messing up, tell me I'm messing up. Don't like enable me. Don't let me be Tell me
Yeah.
I'm messing up. Hold me to the higher standard, you know?
Yeah, the people that praise you and tell you you're amazing all the time, you need the, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you need both.
you need both.
Yeah.
You need both. I'm going to start calling you, though.
Please call me.
I'll shoot you a text first and make sure you're available.
Call me whenever. I love you. I will always
I know,
be available
I love that
for you.
Yes. Thank you. I love that you're going to be, so it's going to be Broadway?
I mean, we hope so.
Okay.
Obviously, there's a lot of steps that have to like go
So-
to reach there, but we are on that trajectory. And
Yes.
It's really exciting. And if you want to download the album, it is available now, and it is based off the album. But we will obviously be like writing so many more songs and like changing a lot of the lyrics to outfit the show. And yeah.
The writer of my play, or our play, sorry, the writer of our play, All of Me, Laura Winters, she would love your play.
Oh, good. Let's
She's like,
introduce.
yeah, I definitely, you should really meet her. She's an incredible writer, but she has like scripts about, you know, like women, just like powerful women in general. I don't want to like take her stuff out of context. I'll let you meet her.
Great.
But I think she would love it. I can't wait to tell her about that.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
And this is how this world works, is like we all find each other through all of these interesting avenues, and the right combination of people will create something together. That's
and everybody's connected to somebody that can help you meet this person, meet that, help like, and that's, she's right. That's how we all get to that next level.
Yes. So where are you living now, and what's besides the Broadway stuff and the sound baths?
Yeah.
And what else is going on?
Well, I live in Nashville currently, which is really interesting because I've grew up in LA and I'd only lived in LA and New York, and doing all this women's work, it's really important to be in the South because we live in a bubble here. We have a lot of rights here, and access to healthcare in the South is different. And like I have helped a lot of women get across state lines because they were having ectopic pregnancies and couldn't be treated at the hospital because everyone's afraid that it will be considered an abortion and lose their licenses. Wow. So it's been very eye-opening to be in the South. It's also been really cool to be in a state where they love entrepreneurs. I started a wellness business there. I have incredible clients. I, am bringing modalities that are really popular here in LA to a place that didn't have access to it. And so for those reasons, it's twofold. It's like there's a lot of freeing shit, and then there's a lot of stuff where women are kept down. So
Crazy.
yeah. But it's good. It's all informing me, and that will inform my art. And so I think that that's really important.
Yeah. And places like that need people like you to open.
Yeah, and I've met so many
open the
wonderful
pinhole.
people. Yeah, totally. And there's so many good people there that just didn't know. And so that's been so fun. I'm like, by the way, like you're a badass woman. Like you don't have to just limit yourself to like being a nurse, being a teacher. Like you could be the president,
Right.
So once we realize that we're capable of embodying these roles, then like we take them on.
I love it.
Let's talk about the other thing you've just brought to Nashville that's catching on like wildfire, your sensory dating, because dating nowadays is terrible. It is awful. Everybody's fed up.
I'm loving it.
Everybody's fed up with the apps, all the things. So you created something new that really was very exciting, that a lot of people have shown so much interest in, and you're looking to branch out and take more places. So let's get into it about sensory dating, because it was a really cool concept.
Okay, coming back to like Shea does a lot of things. I in doing all of this wellness, I was meeting all of these really lovely people and wondering why they couldn't meet each other. And then starting to observe that like I would have a sound bath, I would have a yoga class. These people would like each other. Why aren't they talking? And it's hard in this post Me Too era for a guy to go up to a girl. They feel like, oh, is this going to be inappropriate? Are you going to think I'm a creep? And then women also aren't designed to go up to men because our whole lives we've been told, don't call boys, don't play hard to get. It's such a weird situation where we've like literally made it impossible to connect, and all we want to do is connect.
Right.
So I was listening to this podcast, and this girl in Australia was doing these sensory speed dating events where everyone was blindfolded and then would like smell 7 people rapidly and then write like, was I attracted? And I was like, okay.
Smell them?
Yeah, it was like each sense. You would go through each sense. And I thought, ooh, that seems a little intense. But I love the idea of when you close your eyes, all of a sudden your other senses are heightened. Like if you touched me and my eyes are closed, I would feel it more. I would notice everything else. it would be like turning up the volume.
Yeah.
So I got together and with a friend and I was like, okay, let's talk this out. What if it wasn't speed dating? What if I got a lot of people to apply and I matched them with 3 people that I thought they were compatible with, and then make them blindfolded the whole time and then lead them through a series of sense meetings that aren't awkward. Like, how do I get people to touch without it being like, you know? And so I was like, maybe they do like make up a secret handshake. And in making up the secret handshake, we're touching. There's chemistry between us or there's not. And you're going to be aware of it because your eyes are closed.
Yeah.
So you smell each other, you talk, we give like different prompts for like having deeper conversation than like, so how long have you lived in Nashville? You know?
What do you do?
Yeah. Speaking from a script. So
Yeah.
we give each person 20 minutes together with their first participant. And then at the end of 20 minutes, they turn around and they have a little sheet of paper and they lift up their little mask and they write, on a scale of 1 to 10, smell, how attracted were you? On a scale of 1 to 10, conversation, how attracted were you? On a scale of 1 to 10, touch, how attracted were you? And at the bottom, you do match or no match. And so then at the very end, I separate everybody again because I didn't want to deal with people rejecting each other because of their physical appearance. And you remove your masks and then you like go about your separate ways. And a couple days later, I text you if you had any matches. And if you had a match, I send their Instagram, their phone number, and then you can decide whether or not you want to reach out.
This is also in front of a live audience too, by the way, with somebody like somebody hosting the entire thing.
Girl, I got you. You need a host?
I do, always. So yeah, it ended up being really fun and it was so sweet watching people connect because you don't realize the things that keep us from connecting. Like some people have a hard time with eye contact. And so if you're talking to someone who has a hard time with eye contact, you start wondering, is it me? Am I boring? Do you not like me? Oh no, you don't like me. Now I'm going to start changing what I'm saying. And then the connection's lost. Or our freaking phones. Everyone's like looking at their phone, checking their phone. It makes the person you're talking to feel like you're not interested. But sometimes you're interested and you're just nervous. And so when you take that away, even people that weren't going to date, I couldn't get them to stop talking. It felt so nice to feel comfortable like that. And so, yeah, there's an audience that sits upstairs. It's at this amazing venue in Nashville called Flamingo, and there's like a balcony area. So you can come and sip cocktails if you're in a relationship, or if you're interested in doing it but nervous, you can come watch one of the events and, you know, watch people meet. And it's so charming and so fun. It's adorable.
What's the success rate been like?
Well, our first one, we had 15 couples and 5 of them were dating, which is amazing numbers. Like, come on, Bumble, let me know your numbers, you know?
Yeah, I can tell you right now. They're not good. They're low.
Now. So yeah, it's been really good. It's been really fun. So we've done 2 events so far and I want to bring them to LA because I have so many wonderful friends in LA that I think could benefit from this.
I got my blindfold right here. I don't know if you want to start.
I've already touched you multiple
I
times.
know.
Bro.
This is adorable.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, we were talking about dating app earlier. And it's
Yeah.
like I got talked into getting on dating apps because I'm old school. I like to meet people organically, and you know, I do better in person. And unfortunately, you know, LA is so image based, and in my mind, you know, people I think, because I actually tested this. I'm like, I think it's, you know, they see a guy in a wheelchair and they're like, no, like, I don't know, how's that gonna work? Blah blah blah. And like, for instance, I downloaded Bumble and I just was not doing well here in LA. And then I booked a job in Hawaii and I set my location to Hawaii, and it was just like, it lit up. And I actually ended up hanging out with someone while I was there.
Yeah.
And it just made me think, like, is this like a societal thing, you know?
Here in LA?
In LA and in different cities, you know what I mean? Like you just go off of looks. So the fact that you took away that big aspect, it forces you to really get to know someone.
Totally.
You know?
And it lets you get to know yourself. How do I feel? Because sometimes we're so preoccupied in our mind of like, do you like me? That I haven't even stopped to ask, do I like you?
Yeah.
Do I feel chemistry with you? Or do I just like the way that you look? And looks are so funny. We were taught what attractive was.
Yeah.
We didn't decide. We grew up looking at magazines and stuff. That's pretty. That's not pretty. It's so strange. I have a question for both of you about the dating apps because I'm turning 40 in a week, which is wild.
You're
And
25.
I've learned that men will do dating apps and like put like 5 years younger than them as their like cap age. So I feel like they're missing out on like women that are their age that are interesting and cool and beautiful and young and vibrant because there's this idea that men should always date younger. How do you guys do that? Do you feel any kind of way?
I don't have. We've talked about this. I refuse.
When you've done
Dating
it,
apps?
I refuse to.
You've never done the apps. When you've done the app, what was your age range?
I do like 30 to 42.
You do.
Yeah, 30 to 40. I'm 40. Okay, I'm 41.
So what she's
I do
saying,
like-
though, you don't.
So
go,
this is good. You're actually keeping people in that are your age. I feel like most men that I've talked to are doing this thing where they're like going at least 5 years younger as their oldest age.
Yeah,
I found that very interesting.
I can't. Like, I feel like there has to be a connection mentally, and like we started like mentally depth. And I feel like people 5 years younger. At least, I mean, I just turned 36. So somebody who's like maybe 25, between 30, probably doesn't have the same life experience. So it's like 5 years younger has to be the cap. I'm cool with older, but I think and just being honest with guys, like there is this whole thing when it comes to looks and being superficial. So it's like, all right, well, if you're older than me, then your looks are going to fade faster, possibly. Yeah. And there's that whole thought process.
Totally. And it's not unfair. I understand parts of it. I just think sometimes we're limiting access to people that may be really good for us.
Yeah.
Kind of in the same way you were saying, like you're missing out on me because I'm in a wheelchair. Like what?
Right. Yeah. The age doesn't, it doesn't bother me. I just want to be able to connect on a different level. I don't care how old you are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously I'm not going to date like someone way older, but you don't know.
Yeah.
Or way younger.
Or way younger. You just don't know. And that's why I like meeting people in person, because you get that instant like, okay, I'm not really vibing with this person, instead of looking at a bunch of pictures and a bio. And
totally.
Some people like, I don't like filling out paperwork. Some people don't like filling out bios and like prompts and stuff like that.
Filling out a bio is so hard.
Yeah.
Literally, it's the worst emails I get. Can you send me a bio? I'm like, no. I don't even know how to condense all of the things I do.
Yeah. Yeah, because some people aren't creative. They don't know how to be witty on paper, but they're witty in person.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's how I am. Like I can probably make you laugh more in person. I know for sure than you reading my profile.
I am starting to see, now that I like through this event, I'm starting to see the other interesting, cool events pop up, because now the algorithm knows I want to see those things. And there was this cool event in New York where it's a big dinner. They invite a bunch of eligible singles, and then you have a perfect match based off your application, but you don't know who it is until the very end of like the gathering, and they give you an envelope and you can find your perfect match. And maybe you found them before, but you spend the whole night kind of excited that someone in that room is like your perfect match.
Wow.
And I just thought that sounds so fun to just have an experience. Whether or not you find someone, it's just really good practice on like meeting new people and being engaged and being interested. And I think all of these things should have no phones allowed. But
right.
Agreed. I think there's a difference between the perfect match on paper, though, because there's somebody that can be a perfect match on paper and then you just
totally
don't vibe at all.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is the fun part about the event, because then maybe your perfect match on paper wasn't your perfect match and someone else there was, and you got the chance to meet them because you didn't know. So yeah, I'm into doing more experiential stuff and finding interesting ways for people to meet and connect.
I love that you have an idea and you actually like
make it happen.
Yeah, you make it happen. Because I'm full of ideas and I'm like, that'd be fun, but I'm like, whatever.
Colt, bro, the reason why I write poetry is because she keeps pushing me to do it.
Yeah.
He's so freaking good at it. This is so annoying.
Oh, yeah.
As someone
amazing.
who's been working on this craft for years, I was like, Mikey, yeah, you should write poetry. And then he writes his first one, and I was like, this is so good.
Right.
How is this your first one?
Right.
You just sent me another one called Tea, and I was listening to it before I got here, and I was like, so fired up. I like loved it so much. So I'm a super fan, and I'm incredibly jealous that you just woke up with this ability.
Right?
Like, so annoying.
It was there somewhere.
It's so good.
It was there somewhere. It was just under all of the anxiety and depression and narcotics.
But it's not even underneath
toxic.
it. It's the diamond that was formed because of the anxiety and depression and the toxicity. The pressure that all of that put on you created this art that is like shiny and magical. Like you can't have it without these things.
Correct.
Yes.
Shea has seen me gone through several toxic relationships.
True. That's very true. Same.
Yeah.
Like we're all in the same boat.
We're all
For
in the
sure.
Here
same
we
boat.
are. Look at our boat.
Yeah.
But like it's cool. But like we're all in the
Patched
same
up,
boat.
got
But
duct tape, but it looks pretty as
you were very pretty.
our boat is pretty.
Our boat is pretty.
And yeah, we make it prettier. I mean,
I know.
Yeah.
We do.
But it's really like if you would have asked me 10 years ago if I would be sitting here on a podcast that we created with the two of you, I'd been like, nah, probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. And it's just like interesting, like you talk about like the way the life path has gone and taken us and how like, but it's also so cool how supportive everybody is of each other. And it's just like within the circle, we just want to see everybody win and do well. And like, it's not a competition. There's enough room for everybody to win. And then, I mean, when I was in Nashville, like, she kept on introducing me to people like, oh, this is my friend Mikey. I'm like, hi, how are you? She's like, no, he's like a really talented poet and writer. Like I wouldn't talk to people about what I was doing, but she made sure. And it's like, yo, you need to connect with this person. They can really help you with this, this, and this. And it's like, we all want to see each other win and then do the things to help each other get there.
so you're an excellent networker as well.
Dude, I'm not even lying. I have so many talented, incredible people
Yeah.
around me that I'm like, all of you should meet and all of you should make something. And like Laura Bell giving me that confidence when I didn't have it and telling me you can do this. I believe you can do this. It made me believe in myself when I couldn't. And so like, you have to do that for other people.
Yes.
You've got to look at your friends and be like, you can do this.
Thank you. Like pushing other people up before yourself
Mm-hmm.
sometimes is more gratifying than you trying to get up on the pedestal. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I got reached out to do this film, but it was non-union, so I couldn't do it. And I immediately like, you need to see this person, that person. And then a friend of mine ended up booking and he's in the movie and he's like, man, thank you so much. Like I wouldn't have gotten, and like that itself, the thank you, like that means the world,
Yeah.
you know? And so the world needs more people like that.
Yes.
Like you, that is like, hey, look at my friend. He or she is amazing too. Like they are amazing.
And I get so excited when people are more talented than me. I love art. I got into art because I like to watch good art. So if you're really good, please take all the jobs. Make great art because I want to enjoy it. And that's so fun. It's so fun when we pump each other up, and we're going to get better stuff when we do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not in competition with anybody but myself. And
That's it.
so if I'm pumping other people up too, that energy is contagious and more people pump me up. And then I'm like surprised. Like I sit down and you guys are like telling me the kindest, nicest things about me. Like it's also important to like take the moment to believe when people tell you something nice and absorb the love that's there for
Yeah.
you. Because otherwise you're going to chase like, oh, I'm just waiting to get this love that's not here yet, when there's love sitting right in front of you being laser beamed at you. So open up, like take it in.
I have a hard time with that. Like people tell me, dude, you were amazing. Like it's so good. I'm like, oh, thanks. I don't know. Am I like,
Yeah.
I was interviewed. I was sitting in your seat, and like Mike was grilling me, like, "Dude, we're telling you,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like that. Always, it's self doubt,
Mm-hmm.
and when you feed the self doubt, when you water that plant, it's like vines. It takes you over,
It does.
right? And it just brings you down.
Okay, can I tell you the best thing I've ever done for myself?
Please.
And I've done all the things. I've gone to India, I've gone to Indonesia, I've done every wellness thing you could possibly do. And when I was in New York, I would do this thing when I was falling asleep where I realized I was well-wishing my ex-boyfriend, Kyle, who's a wonderful person and I love him. But I would well-wish him every night. And I was like, what am I doing? I need to well-wish myself. And so I started to say things out loud because if I did it in my head, I would like get sidetracked that only I would know. I was like, I'm so proud of you. You're so brave. You're here. You're doing this hard thing. This is so cool. And I realized in the morning when I would look in the mirror, I started to become somebody different to me. I was my friend. I wasn't picking apart how she looked, all these things. I was like, hey girl, what's up? And then all of the nice things I did for myself, the meditation, the yoga, all of that, instead of it being about getting better, it was like, I'm doing this because my friend really likes it when I do this.
Mhm.
Because she feels so good when I do this. And so when I started to become friends with myself, then it started to let me have that experience when someone's telling me something nice. I'm like, my friend is like that.
Yes.
She is good at that.
Yes.
She does work really hard. And then also my level of integrity went up because I'm not going to do something that's going to hurt my friend. And if I lie, it's worse for me because I know I lied. It's worse than deceiving somebody. It's bad because I can't get away from me and I know I lied. So now like everything got lifted where I'm like, no, if I can't get away from me, I'm going to be friends with her. We're going to be teammates. And it's not always easy. But when I start falling out of it, I do that thing at night and I go, I'm so proud of you. You're doing all this stuff.
I love that. You have to give yourself that love, the words of affirmation. And shout out to Kyle. He's awesome guy.
Yeah, he is.
You know, it made me think of this. I follow this person on Instagram. I believe her name is Kelsey Edwards. She's an actress and she's always like posting like self-help stuff. And she told me about, she posted about subliminal message. You know, like she sleeps with this thing on and it's like it's like noise, but underneath there's like talking. So it's like, it's talking to your self-conscious while you sleep. And it's like, you know, words like you're loved, like you can do this. So while you sleep, you're getting all this like positivity, which I have to keep turning it off because I'm like, I can't sleep with this thing on, you know what I'm saying? But it's so interesting, like feeding your conscious or self-conscious for the next day.
Yeah.
Right.
And you may just be stuck in loops. Sometimes we're stuck in thoughts that are looping. And when you realize it, you're like, I don't need to freak myself out about that right now. Stop the loop. And maybe it stops and maybe you just observed it for a second. But if you can start to like have those loops be positive and reprogramming your subliminal mind to where when you're driving in a car, you're not just like frantic with stressful thinking. Oh man, game changer. Your day's nice.
Yes. I went to have you ever been to a Tony Robbins like event?
I haven't, but it feels like very up my alley. You've been trying to get me on them.
Are awesome. Like, I mean, the energy and the positivity, and he would do just like exercises to get you, if you're like really just stressed, he's just like, just scream.
Yeah.
He just let it out. Or like put on a music and dance in your car. And, you know, I would try that stuff and people, why is it that people like, now it's just weird to have fun, to be happy.
I know.
Isn't it?
Because everybody is miserable.
Everybody's miserable.
It's
So
also
when you see someone
not.
dancing, you're like, look at this idiot. And he's like having the greatest time.
It's jealousy. Everybody wants to be the person dancing. And as kids, we do that. As kids, they're making weird noises. They're moving their bodies. They're shaking. They're being bizarre. And that's great. They're emoting. They have a lot to express and they're expressing it. And at some point, someone said, you're not a good dancer. Be quiet. Sit still. And then you started to just keep it all in. And then what happens when you keep in all of this stuff? It becomes little particleizations. Now you're stuck. You're heavy. You have all these little pain points and you're holding them all the time. So then it gets even harder to express. I'm the weirdest, shakiest, singiest person you ever did see because I'm getting it out all the time. And I can look like a full psycho and that's fine. I'm a really nice psycho.
I remember when we opened Greystone, I was specifically told, Danny, you can't dance while we're waiting for tables. And I was like, what? Like, that's my whole thing.
How dare you?
Like, I would just be dancing around the club, like waiting. There's nothing going on. There's music. We're in a club. I'm dancing. And then I remember that led to it really killed my soul and who I was because I couldn't, it took me forever just to start dancing and like.
To feel comfortable enough to dance.
I just want to dance. And then I was told, and I remember that's when my bitterness started setting in and like, oh, I can't enjoy myself at work. This is just like, I'm not having fun. And then slowly but surely just started eating away from me. And I was just never dancing.
Which is also a testament to like words mean something. So when you tell someone something like stop dancing, you could have such a negative impact on them for years.
Yeah.
So like be conscious of what you say to another person. And I guarantee you that person that wanted you to stop dancing, it was because they were jealous that you were having such a good time because they weren't having a good time. So if they weren't having a good time, they sure as hell didn't want you having a good time.
I'll tell you who it was later. I don't want to call them out.
I mean, a lot of the managers at that time were very miserable internally and just were mean.
Oh, yeah.
That was the pretentiousness of nightlife back then. That's why it's like when we do it now, I hate it's like, no, I want our team on the deck to be chill because I remember they used to be just so like it wasn't it's a job. We're working in a club. Let me be. It's not brain surgery.
No, and it was a lot of men that really wanted power over pretty women that hurt their feelings in high school. So from the waitress point, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of like, let me make you small for no reason.
Oh yeah, I was called. I remember when I first started. It was at MI6 is my first club, and the manager there, he would tell the girls like that guy's so gay, like he was European. But I'm like, well, why? Because I am happy.
Yeah,
I'm dancing, but like even that for that to be an insult.
I know.
is
Because
messed
the girls
up.
were giving you attention and not
Yeah.
him.
Exactly.
So he had to be like, oh, well, that's why he's getting the attention because he's gay, and it's not because they like him more than they like
Right.
me.
It was also a weird time where we said a lot of like hurtful things like that,
Yeah.
derogatory things, and it was like very normal.
Mhm.
Also makes me like proud of like how far we've come.
For sure.
You know,
For
Very
sure.
much so.
Be careful with your words, people.
careful with your words.
They-
Words mean something.
Yeah.
And be careful how what you say about all the things about yourself, too.
Right. Something Mikey was trying to teach me is like, be careful with the words against others, but against yourself.
Yeah.
What you're putting
What
out
you
there.
put yourself. I will do this, not I might do this, right?
Now you're getting it.
I'm getting it.
Now you're getting it.
Hug.
We love each other here.
Oh, I'm obsessed with it.
So before we get you out of here, give us the thing that you're like most grateful for, because you have such an amazing personality, but such an amazing soul and energy that comes off on you. But it comes from a lot of gratitude that you have for things you've accomplished, people you have in your life. What's a couple of things that you're that grateful for that other people can like really look out for?
First of all, I'm grateful that I exist because it's so weird that we exist. Like your parents make one left instead of a right. It's a different egg. It's a different sperm. It's not you. And existing is cool. It's amazing. And second, my friends. Like I have such an abundance of love. And I think I didn't expect to be like single at my age. And I thought like I'd be married and have a family. And I do have a family. It just looks different. And it's like a lot of people that are really supportive and really love me. And I'm actually thinking about maybe having a baby on my own in August. And I know I can't because I have such a big family of people that like I love, that I'm inspired by, that are inspired by me, and that we get to like grow together. So I think those two things are like make me happy every day and make my life like very worthwhile. So
You are literally like you're just like a light of beauty, and not just physical beauty, but just like,
Energetically.
yes, you could just feel it. Like I wish people who are listening or watching could feel this energy. It's like when you smell an amazing meal by a top of the line chef, like it makes you feel a certain way.
I'm taking all that in. That was really nice, Danny. I love you.
We're very lucky to have you here.
Very much. And I love episodes that just flow, and it's so easy because like an hour has just flown by.
I can't believe it, man.
That's how you know it's a good conversation. That's how you know it's good people. So Shea Carter, thank you so much. We love you. We look forward to everything that is coming and all these beautiful things that you have for the world. We appreciate you so much. Everybody, we'll see you next time on The Chaos. Peace.